y'all? What it do? She gonna always respect you for what you can do for her. You feel me? She gonna always respect you for what you can do for her. It don't matter what type of nigga you is. Nigga could be cheating. Nigga could be doing whatever he wanna do, man. As long as he doing something for her, he'll get the benefit of the doubt in some way. You know what I'm saying? But what I want y'all to do is this, man. I'm talking to all my fellas. I want y'all to stop providing and stop protecting. Not because it's going to be a permanent thing, but just do it to test your woman. This is how you make sure you with the right woman, man. You put her to the test. You don't look at it like, okay, my woman ain't gonna do this. Nigga, get locked up. Get locked up for a good amount of time. And see if your woman stay loyal. See if she stay sending you that bread. See if she stay coming to get you. See if she holds you down. Get locked up. Or let's use another situation. Say you didn't have this good ass job. Like I say, this job is the reason why you can provide the lifestyle that you provide for y'all. Lose that job. Go 2 or 3 months where you lose this job and you still can't figure it out. You still trying to figure it out. You gonna start to see her true colors. Now, it's women out here that will hold you down and stick by your side and encourage you out of it and really just be your latest and greatest inspiration, man. See, that's what a woman is supposed to be. Your latest, your greatest inspiration, man. And what she supposed to do is keep on lifting you up higher, man. Higher. You heard what he said. That's what a woman is supposed to be. When you look at your woman, she's supposed to inspire you to go to work. Your woman ain't supposed to drain your energy. And then when you don't want to work, she trying to question the fact of why you ain't at work. It's you. See, that's what you got to be careful too. You got to be careful with that too, man. You can't get involved with a woman that don't want to see you prosper. You want a woman that's encouraging you to go to work, that's encouraging you. She done fed you. She done got you up out the bed. She done did whatever she had to do to encourage you and inspire you and to be your latest and greatest inspiration. I know it sounds funny. It sounds really hilarious. It sounds, comical. But this shit is real, man. I really feel like I be talking. I don't be feeling some other way and then acting like I feel another way. No, man, I be feeling the way I be talking. And that's real. I ain't got to sugarcoat, the shit I be talking about because the real understand, man. Motherfuckers go through this shit every day. There's so many men that go through bullshit with females and be scared to express themselves. See, my thing is, I ain't scared to tell y'all how I feel, man. Because how I feel comes from somewhere. It ain't coming from nowhere. You see what I'm saying? And the shit I be on, man, it'll drive you crazy. It'll drive you crazy, man. You got to balance a lot of shit in life. The last thing you want to be trying to balance is your woman. You got the weight of the world on your shoulders and your woman jump up on the motherfucking top of your neck. You don't need that, man. You need somebody that's going to help take some of that shit off of your shoulders. That's what you need. So for you, man, that feel like, man, I'm tired of being lonely. Nigga, you ain't lonely. Nigga, you better get in that good book. You ain't lonely. You got God, bro. See, what I don't understand, man, is all these niggas, it's a lot of niggas out here that feel like they need a damn woman. You don't need no damn woman, man. You don't need nobody, bro. You need yourself. See, you lose yourself dealing with the wrong type of woman. And then when you lose yourself, you can't find yourself. And then about time you do find yourself, years then pass. You ain't as good as you used to be. You ain't got it together like you used to have it together. See, that's usually when you lose the woman. When you start falling apart. When you start basically acting like her. See, this shit be too deep for y'all, man. That's why I don't be getting no audience. That's why motherfuckers don't. I'm not looking for no applause. I'm not looking for, validation. I'm having a conversation with y'all. And we can have this conversation in a fashion to where I'm open to opinions, man. But don't shut me down because motherfuckers hate to hear some real shit, man. Like Martin used to always tell Gina, you can't handle the truth. That, man, motherfuckers thought that was funny. That shit was realistic. Most women can't handle the fact that, bitch, you're not fine. You don't got it all together. Your body look like shit. You got a, poor diet. Your career ain't gonna lead you nowhere. You're going to be homeless and broke. You ain't gonna be able to take care of yourself or go to work forever. At the rate of how much money you make an hour in the economy, the majority of y'all gonna be some homeless bitches. And that's just what it is. And niggas the same way. You gotta know what to invest in. You gotta know this, man, first of all. You gotta have a team. Everybody that's your favorite celebrity, actor, man, they got teams. They got teams. Meaning they got people that's trying to win with them. See, a lot of people be, that's why I say niggas be out here so in need of a relationship that they put themselves in a relationship with the wrong woman. I say put yourself in because I'm not the type of man that's into blaming women for the shit that happened in a relationship. As the man, I should have been able to notice all the red flags about you. I should have knew you were low level energy. But, niggas don't want to take accountability, man, courses. See, I'm going to rebuke you like a pimp would rebuke you. I don't give a fuck who you is. You could be older than me. I'm not going to disrespect you. But I will rebuke a nigga that's, living contrary to the game, man. You going through what you going through or you went through what you went through because you're living contrary to the game. The game is God, man, woman. That's the game. And as long as we understand those dynamics in the kingdom, things should go, rather smoothly, But like I say, when you start living contrary to the game, things start to, go like it went in the Garden of Eden. So, I just, like I say, I don't look at it like being lonely when you're single. I look at it like I'm being closer to myself. What better feeling than to be to yourself and be closer with yourself, able to learn yourself, able to do for yourself, not having to worry about a woman and whatever baggage she brings, because they all have some type of purse. And some of them purses be big, some of them purses be small. But, I ain't gonna say all women because there's women out here now that, that look better than men. and they act like men. But, yeah, man. You can't live contrary to the game and expect great results. I tell my BM that shit all the time. What you want, you ain't even, you haven't earned that. You haven't put the work in to be able to demand that. So it ain't nothing you could tell me to change my mind about my thoughts. Now you show me some femininity, you show me some, cooperation, then I have no choice but to humble myself as a man. But I don't have to bow down to no woman because, like I say, that would be contrary to the game. A lot of men are contrary. You're out of order, man. And like I say, you supposed to have a team of niggas that you fuck with that rebuke your ass when you do something foul or against the game, man. The game ain't fair in the first place. But when you out here on the court and you don't know your position, and now you know you out of place, and now this man is open and he about to score because you're out of position, whose fault is that, man? And a woman's trying to win. She's not trying to lose, so she's going to put herself in any situation where she could prosper, man. And I can't blame her. I truly can't blame her, man. The game is what the game is, man. You can't get away from that, you know? But like I say, my whole problem with people be like, okay, nigga, you need a woman. No, nigga, you need a team. You need some niggas that's gonna hold your dumb ass accountable for the shit your ass be doing. The stupid shit you be doing. You on Facebook all emotional and shit, crying, telling Facebook everything you need. Nigga, who do shit like that? Women. Women, bro. Man, don't do that shit. Man, listen to me, y'all. I was down in Detroit on 8 Mile and Woodward. Right by Planet Fitness, and I think that's Myers and shit right there. It's right by the new, I think it's an Amazon plant they building right behind that shit. But I seen like 20 people out on the corner. And this wasn't no black family, this wasn't no white family. This was like a Arab or an Indian family. A family you wouldn't have never expected to see out there on the fucking corner of Woodward and 8 Mile. In the area where they was at. But you know, that ain't the thing that shocked me, man. What shocked me was the granddad was out there, the grandma was out there, the husband, the wife was out there, all of their kids was out there. Maybe, I don't know if all the people was their kids or brothers and sisters, but what was shocking to me is, why is the man out here? Why ain't the man at work? Y'all out here, you got the women begging while y'all sitting back holding the babies. Like, come on, man. That's why I say to me, a family like that deserve to be out there, because you're living contrary to the game, man. See, when you get out of what the game is all about, then, like I say, it get confusing. But when you stick to how it's supposed to be, regardless of how it makes somebody feel, when you stick to how it's supposed to be and live with with God being the will you're trying to purposely move towards and navigate to. Not your own will, not her will, but God's will. And this ain't to be religious, man. This ain't to take y'all to church. This ain't to give you thoughts of my thoughts when it comes to the ism in relationships. This is real life and what it is, man. You go through what you go through because you're living contrary to the game. The game is the game, man. Women are going to do things that men are never going to like. But we have to learn how to love them. We have to learn how to put up with that shit. We have to learn how to live with them. Because we know we can't live without them. We wouldn't want to live without them. It's these new age modern women who want to live without us. Who feel like I got it under control. I could do it myself. When, like I say, I'm looking 20 years down the line at your career, how much you make and where you're going to be in 20 years. And if I don't see over $100,000, but the economy's steady rising and going up, eventually you're going to have to exhaust all your savings, all your investments, if you're even investing, because most women ain't even investing. But that's why your ass need a man as well. Somebody to give you advice about things you don't know about. Because you don't know everything. But that's another problem. They do know everything. You have to get out of that, women. You have to get out of knowing everything. You have to be able to be led, to be taught. Even if you're in this role, like, I'm going to be the greatest learner. Today I'm going to set my mind on learning something from my man. That's important to us. And it may be small, it may be minor, but that's your problem, man. That's why y'all want commitment and can't get it. It's because y'all don't wake up and say, what can I do for my man today? You know what y'all gonna do? What Eve did. Y'all gonna wake up, he gonna be sleeping. Y'all gonna be out talking to other niggas, out seeking validation from snakes, out doing things that's contrary to the game. See, like I say, I'm not so far removed from the game to where, you know, I haven't did things contrary to it. I'm a work in progress. But at least I know that I can come back to myself and have this conversation that I'm having with y'all right now, and I don't have to feel alone. I don't have to feel like I need somebody in my presence to validate me. I don't have to feel like I need somebody to make what I said right. No, I don't have to be right. I don't care about being right in the eyes of man. I care about being right in the eyes of God. So if that goes against everything the woman represents, then so fucking be it. So fucking be it, man. But like I say, as a man, that's your role. That's how you're supposed to think. But you're too busy thinking about her. Thinking about how to make her happy, her happiness. I mean, just tell me, man. Somebody tell me, what is happiness to you? I guarantee every comment is going to be different. You may have a couple people who are similar in mind, but the majority of people are not going to see happiness with the same definition, man. For real. That's why I said, what is happiness to you is different than it would be to somebody else. You have to find your own happiness, man. And if women is your happiness, nigga, it's something wrong with you mentally. If a woman is your source of happiness, you seeing women, you being around multiple women, see, that's a whole nother problem, man. That's a whole nother problem. For real. That's contrary to, you know, popular belief. That's contrary to the game, man. See, I'm not a tolerator of shit that don't work, man. And like I say, trying new shit. No, it's a guide. And all we got to do is keep following that guide, man. Now, it ain't always, like I say, life ain't fair. So it ain't going to always go the way you planned it. But as long as, okay, I got knocked off this path, I got to get back on that path, is your mind state, you will be all right in life, man. It's the people that get knocked off the path and let depression take over. It's the people that get knocked off that path and let pornographic, images take over. It's the people that get knocked off that path, and now I'm about to get into these sex toys and vibrators and all these things that stimulate me without the interaction of another man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, that shit is contrary to the game. A BBL, contrary to the game. Everybody wasn't meant to be out here with ass and titties, man. Just like every man wasn't designed to be muscular. Just because he's muscular doesn't mean that, him being muscular does mean he's strong, but that does not mean he's the strongest man in the world because he's muscular. So, like I say, I know shit get, a little deep for y'all, man, but y'all got to work with me, man. Because all I'm saying is, in order for things to go right in your life, you can't be living contrary to the game, man. Women, y'all want things to go y'all way. Y'all always complaining about how these niggas ain't shit. But guess what? Y'all living contrary to the game. Ain't nobody tell you to start busting it open because your hormones is raging. Oh, we ain't gonna take accountability for that, though. We gonna let that pass. We gonna let that pass, and we gonna keep on acting on this energy. And as we act on that energy, we create all these different relationships. And then in the end, don't nobody want you. But that ain't nobody else's fault but yours. Because you didn't value yourself like you want a man to value you. That's the problem. See, it's not about reverse psychology. It's not about, okay, well, man should be. It's not about that. See, that ain't accountability. That's why in court, in some court cases, things happen, right? And then that person got to get locked up. And it may not be fair to the family. He may have been defending himself. But somewhere in righteousness is accountability. So, if a person did do something, they have to be held accountable for their actions. If they didn't do nothing, they have to be held accountable for those actions. Some people can't handle the fact that they didn't do nothing, though. But that's a whole nother topic in the conversation that we'll be talking about for hours. It's about accountability, fellas. Hold yourself accountable. Stop trying to hold a woman accountable, man. When she hit that wall, she gonna start holding herself accountable, bro. And hopefully you ain't the beta male scent mangina that's still putting up with that shit. Hopefully you ain't still getting used and abused, man. You know how victims, act like, women be acting like they victims a lot of the time, man. When in reality, they be the victors. They get their way. They got a person to take care of. Niggas be out here taking care of multiple households, man. Women ain't doing that shit. And then if a female find out a female is doing that shit, she a fool. But wouldn't a nigga be a fool too if he doing the same shit? That's what I don't get. I don't get that part, man. It's like no accountability is going to be had. It's like we gonna be victims until we're victors. And if we ain't no victors, then we just gonna remain victims until somebody comes and changes the dynamic of our lives. Like I say, I'm just not an advocate for that bullshit, man. I'm not an advocate for that bullshit. Yes, I'm from the streets. I'm from the hood. I grew up in Saginaw. Yeah, man. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to get my shit together. And I need somebody to help me with that. I don't need nobody to, to accuse me of things or insult me or insult my intelligence. Like, if you're going to be here for that, you might as well go work in the courthouse, and hold people accountable with the judge. Since you the judge and jury, go ahead, take yourself down there and get a job in the courthouse. You want to hold people accountable, but you ain't no helpmeet. You ain't no wife, You don't have those qualities, man. But then you want to, like I say, it's no accountability for that. It's more about, okay, let's look at his flaws then. You got to get away from that, fellas. That's toxic energy, man. You don't want that. You don't want that type of energy around you. Like I say, you could be ready to go to work, man. You get that type of energy around you to drain your whole existence. You ever just had a headache for no reason dealing with a woman? You just, like a constant headache. You ever just had like a constant stomach ache dealing with a woman? Or a constant ache? Some type of grief, some type of agony, some type of pain dealing with a woman, man. As man, we all have. But like I say, that's the energy you don't need. That's the stress that you don't need. And that's exactly what it is. It's stress. If it ain't work, nigga, let that shit twerk. If it don't work, let her ass twerk, man. Go ahead, because that's what they want to do. Twerk right back to the streets. So they can figure out what I figured out years ago, man. It ain't nothing out there for me. What's for me is somewhere, somewhere hidden, somewhere put up, somewhere put away. It ain't out every day. What's for me ain't on social media, to be honest. Just to be honest, man. What's me don't even have a social media page. She cares less about that. What she cares about is making sure her value isn't diminished. So when I do meet her, she can help me increase my value, man. Because she's so valuable. See, but that's what y'all don't understand. That's where the body count shit come in at. You lose value, man. That's like a car, right? The more you drive it, the more it loses value. So the more niggas that have been with your woman or the woman you trying to be with, or the more kids she done had, what did that do to her value? You know, she ain't top shelf no more, and you still treating her like she top shelf. Matter of fact, y'all treating all these hoes like they top shelf, man. That's what y'all do. You know, when Facebook had the dating app, right? I went on that shit, man. I was talking to over like 100 females. Out of them 100 females that I talked to, man, I literally probably met one or two that I thought had potential. And then the next time I talked to them, they ain't like, like something was exposed to me that just decreased their value. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, I literally ain't going no dates, man. Because I didn't see, I seen women with ass. Yeah, I seen women that had body. Yeah, I seen attractive women. But none of them like really had what it was or the value I was looking for in a woman. I couldn't get over the fact of, okay, if I'm talking to 100 women and this bitch look like that, I know she talking to probably thousands of men. Or at least if I got 100, she got about 500. Because females ain't thirsty as niggas, man. But at the same time, no women that's on that dating app is. So that's how I think. And I don't want a woman that possibly liked somebody I fucked with. Or one of my niggas like, damn, you might as well, be a flipper. If that's how you gonna be out here dating, you just dating random niggas, giving everybody a shot, giving anybody a shot. I couldn't decrease my value. Now, I'm not saying I'm just this perfect individual who never made a mistake when it comes to a woman. What I'm saying is I can make those mistakes when it comes to that dating shit. I ain't never dated females, man. We either been in a relationship or I hit that. That's it. But taking you on a date, spending money on you, trying to wine and dine you, trying to finesse you, man, I don't have time for that shit. That's you niggas' problems too. Y'all got all the time in the day. See, this is my problem with niggas, man. Let's just clear the air. My problem with niggas is they will have all this time in the world, a whole 24 hours in a day for a female to chase her, to be in her inbox, to be replying to her messages, talking to her, getting no value from her. But when it comes to your niggas, you don't want to break bread. You don't want to keep the money in the circle. You don't want to put no money together and invest it in nothing. You don't want to fuck with the S&P 500. You want to scam. You want to be on some illegal shit. You want to be on some shit that's going to have us in the penitentiary. When all we had to do is sit our ass down and play the game how I saw Tracy Jackson play the game. Or Lucius Sanders play the game. The long game. See, this is something, like I say, this is a conversation only people that know these great men would understand, man. Like, they didn't live the life like we was out here living at one point in time, man. They lived a slow, structured life and accomplished the things they needed to accomplish. Left things to their family. You know? Did the right thing as man. See, your focus ain't on what can I do with my, circle of beneficial friends. Your thing is what can I do for a bitch. And that's your problem. Your problem is, like I say, you're living contrary to the game. Every time you get on that PlayStation 5, you got to follow some type of rules, man. You just don't get on the game and you can do anything. No, it's a set of rules, man. And when you start going contrary to the rules, it don't work. You've been and broke the game. And some games are too expensive to play with in your life, and you as a man, that shit, man, that should be the most important thing to you, dog. Even if you do get you a woman, that you still supposed to be the most important thing in your life. Because once you're gone, that woman can't give you anything. She can't, it's over for everything once you're gone. But if you out here living to satisfy other people and you depressed because you ain't getting your way in that's your fault, man. That's your fault. Like I say, man, I live by how pimps look at these hoes, man. That's how I don't get duped. That's why I don't get tricked. That's why you don't hear about Tyrone being in no shit like that. I ain't no fool ass nigga. Like I say, I'll tell a bitch in a minute, who the fuck you think you talking to? Who the fuck you think you playing with? Who the fuck you think you fooling? You gonna give me half of anything you got if you don't give me your all. But you gonna give me something, or I can't fuck with you. It's flat out. I know I'm going to be providing. I know I'm going to be protecting, putting my life on the line, feeding you, teaching you things. I don't have time to waste on a female who does not deserve that shit. I don't have time for that. So you ain't going to catch me up in no bullshit. You're not going to catch me up in no bullshit. Regardless if I fuck the bitch. Like I say, that's contrary to the game, but at the same time, it's not something I'm battling with or I'm still dealing with. It was something that happened. It was contrary to the game. I had to be punished for that. I took that punishment on the chin, accepted all accountability for what I did, exposed my own hand, my own self, did my time for whatever I had to do, and I'm back out here as a free man. Not a slave to a company, not a slave to a female, not a slave to nothing in life. I'm free, nigga. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I can get in the car right now and drive to Florida, nigga. I can get in the car right now and drive to Cali. I can get in the car right now and go to New York, nigga. None of y'all can't do that shit. You wanna know why? Because you're living contrary to the game, man. Don't be a slave to these plants, man. Like I say, all we gotta do is come together, man. The people that been in the plant for all these years, you think they want to go to work tomorrow? Nigga, let's go to Mexico tomorrow. Let's go to Mexico tomorrow. Let's go to Florida tomorrow. Let's go to North Carolina tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go somewhere else tomorrow. Not let's go to work every day and then next year we be in the same boat. Then the year after that we in the same boat. Never changing the situation. Comfortable in your misery. See, you get comfortable in your misery. The moment I get miserable, I become uncomfortable. That's the difference between me and a lot of men. You know, and I'm not trying to shit on my man. I'm trying to give y'all the game, man. This is how it's supposed to be. This ain't my game. This is the game from God. It's God, man, and women. Whenever that woman try to overstep that, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. The moment that woman tries to overstep her, no, you get back down where you're supposed to be. There's nothing wrong with where you're supposed to be. You're holding me up. See, they don't understand it, man. They don't understand it. I got the weight of what God wants me to do on my shoulders, man. As a man, that's every man. If you don't think like that, then you're not thinking like a man. I have the weight of what my purpose is. I have the weight of my life. I have the weight of my children. I have the weight of provision. I have the weight of protection. But I also have the weight of insurrection. See, we don't have to, cuss and be violent to get our point across, man. We have to have the conversations, and they're not going to be easy. None of the conversations is going to be easy, man. You know why it took me so much time to keep on doing this, and this is something that I told y'all I was going to keep bringing to y'all. Man, I got over 60 topics ready to go about things we could talk about. You know why I stopped? Because ain't nobody talking about shit, man. Motherfuckers out here playing. Ain't nobody got no PPP money right now. Y'all niggas ain't got that shit like y'all had it, man. So for y'all to act like, okay, yeah, everything is still good and be trying to put on this acting facade and still chasing these women, man, that ain't gonna help you. That ain't gonna do nothing but put you in a worse situation that you in, man. Get focused, man. Become the best version of yourself first. See, one thing about rich men, they don't chase women. You wanna know why? Because women are too busy chasing them. See, that's a broke man trait. For you to be around here chasing women, for you to be around here caring about what women think, for you to be around here catering to different women, especially, man, that can't take care of multiple women. If you got one woman and she's borderline good, you better do what you can do for her, because trying to have multiple women that's borderline good for you, because you're not going to find one that's just totally good for you. So, that's why I say focus on yourself, man. Because even if you get one, that's expensive. You don't want to put yourself in a situation like that, fellas. I don't give a see. The difference between me too is I don't give a fuck who's watching. And I don't mean to disrespect nobody when I do use profanity, but I truly don't care who's watching. This is not for everybody. This is for the people who need it. I will have the godly conversations with the Christians. I will have the unholy conversations with the thugs. But ain't nobody gonna come into my Facebook page and change the narrative of what I got going on that's on my mind. This is what's on my mind. If you don't want to talk, if you don't like it, then don't come to my page. Don't come over here. And that's in real life. If you don't like me, don't come around me. Because I ain't the knowing how to get into character when it comes to fake shit, nigga. You know how they make some niggas put on a dress in the movie? You know how they make some niggas smoke be a crackhead in the movie? You know how they make some niggas go crash out in the movie? That's not me. I represent something as a man. I represent the real man that are left. The man who don't give a fuck that the woman is disappointed or pissed off because he created another life or he did something he ain't had no business. I'm here to represent the man who's still providing and protecting for those women who don't respect them. That's what I'm here for. Because every man don't have the courage and don't have the heart to do what it is I'm doing. And like I say, yeah, I'm in a relationship that doesn't feel like a relationship because I'm struggling with that shit as well, my niggas. So don't take it like, okay, this nigga think you know. No, nigga, this is a real nigga talking to real people. Trying to get y'all to understand that, man, if we ain't working together, then don't waste my time. If we can't come together, don't waste my time. Why are we friends on Facebook if we ain't collabing and benefiting from one another? Something I'm posting should be able to encourage you to go out and get a job today. Something that I'm posting should encourage you to say, man, I'm not about to get this porn shit and start jacking off and missing out on time in my life that I can't get back, man. I gotta go to work. I gotta go get myself together. I gotta go become the best version of myself. I gotta put my big boy shoes on. I gotta put my boots on. I gotta put my hard hat on. I got to stay focused, man. I got to have laser focus to the goal. It's completed. Don't get halfway in there and then you see something you like and get distracted, nigga. That's what the devil did to Eve. Now you think she ain't going to utilize that same distraction to distract you from your purpose and goal, which is just to maintain everything in your life and make sure you're at peace, man. Because stress is what's killing black men. Stress is what's killing black husbands. Stress has always been one of those things that killed black husbands. The stress of the finances, man. Straight up. It's a certain man that's going to advocate for this shit, and that's what I am, man. I don't need no pussy in a way that I got to be tiptoeing around it. If she gonna give it to you, she gonna give it to you. It's gonna be females gonna give it to you regardless, man. You're looking for the ones that you want to get it from, though. And that's contrary to the game. That's contrary to the game, man. Why are you chasing? That's like out there in the wilderness chasing a goddamn lion. You better leave that motherfucking lion alone, nigga. That lion got claws and teeth. That lion can kill you. But you chasing after this lion and stalking this lion like this lion ain't luring your slow ass in. Luring you in, bro. And guess when she gonna kill you? She gonna kill you when you ain't got shit left. When you ain't got no money. When you done turned your back on your family and your friends. That's when she gonna kill you. That's when she gonna sink her hooks into you. That's when she gonna sink her claws into you. Guess when she gonna kill you, though? When you put that baby in her, man. When you put 2 babies in her. Next thing you know, you got 10 babies by this crazy ass bitch. Excuse me, ladies, but I mean, I'm not talking about the ladies. I'm talking about the crazy ass bitches. And y'all know a lot of them. Y'all know a lot of these crazy ass bitches out here. You can't say nothing to you. You can't tell, girl, you was wrong in that situation. And then, like I